welcome to Business Daily on Trust TV. My name is Chamun Dabeng. Let's talk numbers. Let's take a look at the stock market this morning. You're welcome back, and once again, my name is Chamun Dabeng. Well, yesterday on the show, we began a discussion on price hikes that has been ongoing ahead of the Yuletide period. Now, we started off a discussion on transportation, which is the second big item that Nigerians spend most of their money on. And today, we're going to be taking a look at the first big item that Nigerians spend their money on, which is food. So in 2019, about 22.7 trillion naira went into buying food. That's by Nigerians. Yes, that's a whole lot of money. Now, this amounts to 56.5% of total household expenditure because, well, one must eat. Now, we're staring Christmas and New Year in the face, and both of these holidays are high holidays that are usually celebrated with food and drinks. But this year seems a bit bleak. Now, joining me in the studio to discuss food inflation ahead of Yuletide is John Bosco Ezenwa, and he is a business developer. You're welcome to the show. We also have business consultant Wilson Agaba. You're also welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Great to have you guys here. So how has the Christmas preparation been for you guys, Christmas and New Year? How has that been?
Great. Christmas is my best time. Christmas is my best day in the world.
Yeah.
And so I'm ready. I got my food ready. I have my drinks ready with my friends coming to celebrate.
Oh, nice.
So I can invite you, Shaman. You can come.
Yay. All right, Mr. Wilson, you are a family man now. It's not just about you. You're also buying things to make sure that your family members have a great Yuletide celebration. Now, what has that been like for you now?
Well, it has been pocket telling. I think I can use that language.
Yes.
I mean, pocket telling. But beyond that, the Christmas time is well strategically situated. It's just about everything towards the end of the year. And we are generally almost always happy that, okay, we had a full year, no matter how bumpy it could have been. But, of course, I am here. It's a good time. So we're all happy. I think I have food. I have chicken, the drinks. I am making arrangements for them today.
I can see that.
And I'm going to sit down, eat, and drink, and laugh with friends. That is mostly what I do.
I mean, when life gives you lemons, what do? You make the best out of every single situation, no matter how difficult it is. Yeah. But yes, buying then and now, what has the difference been like?
Since we in Nigeria here, we had the issue of insecurity coming on, especially it has always been there, but it started growing to a worrisome extent from there about 2010, 2011, and then since then we've been having this real big issue, and it has been expanding into sectors that we hope and wished it didn't. Now, when issues of kidnapping, banditry, and the rest came on board, it started affecting our food production. And of course, what that means is that we will now have a lot of people going for a small quantity of food items. And of course, it will follow the natural law of demand and supply. When demand is higher than supply, the price will go up. When supply is higher than demand, the price will go down. So we see that naturally is happening. and then COVID came in. And what did COVID do? Disrupt production across the world, disrupt supply chain, and all of that, making it difficult for the world to meet up the zero sum. I mean, if Nigeria is producing less for its citizen and another country over somewhere is producing more, through import and export, we can make a zero sum. But whereby it is now disrupted across the world, and even where you have some excesses, it becomes difficult to move it to a place of need. There's a huge problem. And then we have inflation. And then you see, one other definition of inflation is when there's a high amount of money in the system. And you see that is something that COVID-19 readily brought to the global system. You see, during the lockdown, different governments started doling out cash to their citizens, and production was halted. So what you see is many people with lots of money going for few goods. So generally, naturally, the price will go up. So you can see why it hasn't been easy for us. Gradually, it has been going up because as we are consuming, the production is not equal to what we are consuming. So we are reducing what is available.
All right, so for a country like Nigeria, as we had discussed earlier on, we're not the country that actually does a lot of production. Yeah, so what kind of toll do you feel like this actually took on, the prices of food?
If you look at our import bill, I think one of your show we did a balance of payment. If you look at our import bill, you will know that, and that is also a key determinant of your exchange rate. This is one of the reasons our naira has been free falling, because we don't produce much. We depend on importing, and we don't even import business products. We import finished products that we just consume. We don't import to produce. So that has further shifted us down the bottom of the ladder. So it's very difficult for us. And if you look at our earning system, by that I mean employment and wage and what a lot of people like to call the minimum wage and all of that, what we earn commensurate to the price of things in the market. The ratio is very high. I mean, what we earn is so little compared to what we have to spend. And that is telling on the citizen. So one can understand why the outcry is out there. Right.
All right, John Bosco, please, let's hear from you.
So great. Inflation rate is on the high, and also food inflation has happened. It's no gainsay. This has happened over time. It's not just this time. The COVID, the pandemic contributed to this, and that has actually left what I would love to describe as cactus in the pocket of Nigerians. So Nigerians are trapped in spending their money. They have to be smarter in spending their money, but not all of that. Now you see, even the transportation hike, the fuel price for fuel, and all of that is contributing to all of this hike, because if you go to the market, you will notice that the prices are kind of up by 35% to 40% already. Now, if you ask the local market, they would say, oh, that they're paying a lot of transport. Yes, but now that we're here, it is time for us as Nigerians to look back at all of the mistakes we've made that brought us here, because the government keeps spending so much money as regards cushioning the shock for agriculture. A lot of money has been put out. For example, NISAL has spent almost 440 billion lately, or spending, as the case may be, to cushion the shock. But who are these funds going to? Who are these funds going to? Who are managing these funds? Are they just ordinary Nigerians who have come up with business plans? Do they have businesses? Yes, I know there are a lot of vetting for them to come in, but we're looking at the end product. End product is, would there be food in the market? Would the prices go down? How would that happen? And there are other factors too. For example, the roads that connect the northern Nigeria and southern Nigeria are not in good shape, and so the price of diesel is high as well, because this food are transported on diesel powered and trucks and all of that. So it adds to these prices.
Also the cost of maintenance.
As well.
Due to poor roads.
Yeah, but we look forward to for me, really, I just want to see a change in that space. What is this change I'm looking forward to? I'm looking forward to technology-driven change. For example, we know a lot of companies, young people have started companies that are into the agri space. They're mopping up SSS in the hinterland and bringing them to the fore for people to purchase. But these are the persons of companies I think NISA should be speaking to, or CBN should be speaking to. They can make that changes. These are the companies that can make those changes, because you have just ordinary middlemen who are still trading as our grandfathers used to trade, bring things from here and take them that way. Because Southern Nigeria is a lot of market for all of this. Because Southern Nigeria contributes 78% of the increase of this product. So what has happened to us currently, as my colleague has mentioned, is a lot of money in the system, but chasing few goods, chasing few products. Yeah. That's the reason for this. So we are looking forward to changes. We hope that the coming year there'll be bumper harvest and the prices of food can be at the part where we can appreciate them.
All right. So this inflation, food inflation, has not only affected just the customer, but but also the seller. So we do have a report from Kano. So let's take a look at it.
So the 20th of December, you know, go fit pass this road, but now it can run. Here is Yankura. Even ordinary day, before you pass this road, it's very, very difficult. But now I can see Christmas is approaching. See everybody. They are coming and pick one or two things because of the situation. Now, people are suffering.
No money to buy food. People are not happy. Before, you see people walking around that shows that things are going well, but nothing is going well. Even we put on the table, we will not see people to come and buy. Things are very hard. We are not happy at all. Are saying 300 or 350, 400. Pharmacies like us, we cannot pay it.
So in other words, everything is hard in every aspect.
Yes, because they are saying that tax is too much for them. Shop. Then shop rent now, I used to pay before 20,000. The owner of this my shop now is collecting 50,000 naira. This is attached, not full shop. I'm paying 50,000. Correct.
Now, as I'm talking to you, some people don't have money to even put rice on top fire. Some don't have. In the aspect of ugu, before we normally have ugu, now there is no ugu. The thing is very scarce and it's cost. So some people cannot buy it. Ugu was 15 naira before, now it's 100 naira. Some people don't have that 100 naira to buy.
Situation in the market that things are very hard. Men is supposed to travel in this season, but because of things are very hard in the market, we are not selling. Sure, to buy is very difficult. Things are very hard. As for people, for myself, only I don't have something to give my children because I am not making it. I really am making it, or at least I will buy some clothes for my children. But up to now, I have nothing to buy for them. I have nothing to give to my children.
The area I'm seeing that when you buy something today, maybe you come next week, you see addition of another 200 naira or 500 naira, and some places, some other 100 naira, according to the product people are selling.
All right, you're welcome back. Now, taking a look at this video, you can see that it's hurting literally everybody that is involved in this situation, because even the buyers cannot buy, the amount that they would normally buy. The people who are selling are having difficulty selling to people. So a lot of the products end up either being wasted, so the seller is at a loss, and then the buyer, of course, well, once again, has to buy less. Now, taking a look at the whole, should I say the line in which it comes down from. So there was a lady who did talk about, the rent she was paying for her shop. She started off at 20,000 and now she's paying 50,000 naira. You're also paying money for transportation. If it was 1.5, currently people are paying maybe 2,000 or 2.5 in order to transport their goods to where it needs to be. But at the end of the day, the brunt of it all ends up falling on the consumer, the final consumer, the person who is going into the market to buy the tomatoes, to buy the beans, to buy the rice. They're the ones who actually take the brunt of it all. Now, is there a way in order to put some sort of, price regulation so that the consumer themselves don't end up suffering as much?
I think I will want to respond to that.
Please go ahead.
Quickly. You see, we live in a system.
Yeah.
And in a system, the action of every component of the system affects the entire system, including the component itself. Yeah. So when you own a shop in the market and you increase the rent of that shop by 100%, and you come around and start complaining that a cup of garri that used to sell for 10 naira is now selling for 15 naira. Who do you want to blame? You want to blame the government? But you started it. Because it is what I sell that I make money to buy from you. So if you increase what I buy from you, I will increase what I sell to other people.
Yeah. Including you.
Including you. So you don't produce everything you consume. And I don't produce everything I consume. So you buy something from me, I buy something from you. So we need to look at that at personal level. Some of us do business without ethics and moral. And that is affecting us.
That's very true.
I once went to the market to buy ugu, and the woman told me, "Oga, dollar don't go up, so the thing don't cost." And I was asking myself, what exactly does dollar have to do with ugu?
Farm produce.
That is produced at the back of her house. But then it quickly dawned on me that she's also buying from the market. So she wants to increase her own price to cover for her own cost. So if she's going to buy milk, she wants to make money from this ugu to buy the milk. Since the price of milk has gone up, she also wants to jack up so that she can afford it.
True.
So we need to look at this first. And then again, he was talking about the government doling out money. And I think I mentioned it on one of your shows before, that we need to look at the entire value chain to be able to improve agriculture. And we need to look at land tenure system. There is no way you can reduce the cost of production in agriculture without bringing in mechanization. And you cannot bring in mechanization where everybody has small patches of land.
Yeah.
So what government should be doing, which I believe rests on the shoulders of the state governors squarely, and most of which have refused blatantly to buy into or key into the agricultural programs of this federal government. Because they are the custodian of the land. They should be able to get large expanse of land, 300 hectares, 1,000 hectares, and then you station equipment there that can produce, that can, do the work. It will reduce the cost of production, and then you can produce much more. It will bring experts in one place to take care of a large expanse of farm. And if we can do that in 744 local governments of the country, then we would drastically improve our food production, reduce the cost, and then maybe have net enough to export and make more money. Then, of course, yes, the federal government is trying with its rail project that is bringing up, but I believe they can do more because the rail is very important. If we can connect all the states, it will make movements of goods, especially agricultural products, from the north to the south, from the south to the north. It will make it very easy and cheap. And then, of course, our roads will become safer because less trailers will be on the road, falling on top of other vehicles and all of that. So we need to go that mile. We need to fix issue of land tenure system. We need to fix issue of mechanization. I tell you, I have farmed before. I still do farm. But then, I have seen what labor is. You cannot count on labor, not to even talk of the price. In fact, 2017, when I went to my village to do a farming project, what happened? They will tell you, okay, we are going to do 1 hectare for you at this price. You agree. And then you agree on payment mode and all of those things. Then the day they are supposed to go to the farm, you bring a vehicle for them to go, they will tell you, we know they go again. What is the problem? They just don't want to go. Then you will now first of all have to beg them to go. Then they will now say, if we must go, we want to jack up the price.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, you are
taking
producing at
advantage
a
of
very
it.
high cost. And you will not make any profit. So you too want to jack up the price. So we need to look at proper mechanization that will crash the cost of production. And then we'll look at storage facility. We'll look at transportation. And we'll look at the marketing of these products. So that as I'm producing, the network will just offtake it. All right? Those are the ways that we'll be able to reduce this. And of course, I will still go back to our religious leaders. Let's teach us to have ethics and moral in whatever we do. I was telling a friend recently that Christianity is not on Sunday. Christianity is not in the church. It's actually in your place of work, in your daily life. If we bring that in and understand that what I'm doing to another person If if another person does it to me, will I like it?
So
If
basically
you
the
like it,
concept of
course.
karma.
Exactly. So we too need to be considerate in what we do. We need to be considerate because what you do, what you send out will come around. Increase the price of what you are doing here, another person will increase his own price because we interbuy from one another.
And you know, the discussion of storage facility and also preservation methods is something that is very important for us to actually have, because it's something that is lacking when it comes to agriculture, because
Very
a lot
much
of them
lacking.
don't know how to preserve some of the fruits or the vegetables that they have, and so, you know, it ends up going bad. So the farmers are always at a loss, and it's just a whole situation. So yes, it is something that needs to be taught on a larger scale.
Exactly.
All right, John Bosco, please, let's hear from you.
So interestingly, on the area of storage and preservation, I noticed looking around because I've done a lot of work as well with businesses in the agri space. So I realized that persons are coming into this space basically for storage, and we are cause of our inflation as well, because currently there are many warehouses where people are storing up, waiting for time they will sell.
Exactly.
Yeah, and these are the issue. This is the middleman issue. Just storing up, buying up from the farmers. The farmers are not motivated because they are not making money. Imagine how you will feel at the end of the day. You sold something, say for 100 naira, and then next year you can't afford it. You see them in the market and it's about 500 naira because somebody is controlling the price. You will not be motivated. You won't go back to the farm. So storage is key. This is the place where government needs to come in. What is the issue here? Set a bridge the gap between the prices at different seasons, even on the region, because it costs more in southern Nigeria for product that will buy less in northern Nigeria. So we need to bridge this gap, and the government agencies need to actually support in bridging this gap. It's not. We won't come out of this. Food is very important. This is one of the basic necessity of man. Food is important. No matter what, you will still eat. And there's a music saying man must work. Of course, we have to eat no matter what. So we need bridge. The government agencies need all government agencies to solve this problem, because when the people are hungry, they are angry.
Yes.
We saw the case of the palliatives. We saw how it was, and Nigerians didn't trust the leaders anymore. At that point. So government need to solve this issue. The agencies need to wake up. If CBN has been the backbone of everything government is doing, CBN needs to be alive to all of this. I know it's not just giving out money, doing programs. And mind you, these programs are becoming academic because you're tying the entrepreneurs to enterprise development industries or enterprise development institutions to train them, all of that. It's hands-on. It's hands-on. Bring in the machine. Bring in the technical people, people who have experiences, bring in project managers, people who will run agriculture like a project. Agriculture needs to run a project. We know that if we come in, if we start in January, we're sure that we're going to have bumper harvest in this time, plus or minus, risk are factored. It has to be a project management procedure to run this. If not, it's a fantasy. We just dole out money to people. And currently, some of the loans are not functional. They are loans, not grants. People are not paying. Because I've trained people as well on some of these things, but I've seen the mentality. Most of these loan schemes, whether it's the CBN or some other agencies, the mentality of people who are coming to this trade many times is "Moko get government money, Moko get government money, let's get national cake." But always you want. This is not a grant.
They don't realize that it does have an effect on the system itself.
It does have an effect. They just want to take the money and go away.
So basically, there is a program that is designed to help you, but because of these non-performing loans, the system is crashing.
You see,
yes. Sorry to cut you off. We don't have a lot of time. So let me ask this next question. So inflation rate was at 15.99% and now it's down to 15.4%. But looking at food inflation, it went from about, I think, 20.7%, 20.75%. And it's now at 20... Pardon me, it went up to 20.75% from 20.71%. Now, what is the correlation between the two? Because there have been questions that, people have been throwing out there. If inflation is, going down, why is it that food inflation is on the rise?
Okay.
We are currently in a festive period. It's normal. These are seasonal trends at festivities or national holidays, or even when salaries are paid, end of the month, prices will take a
So much bonuses.
Yeah, because there's money in circulation. Everybody wants to quickly get what they can. So it's not different from what is happening to the food market. Don't forget, the food market. This is first period where people will go up and above their means to just make their family happy. Do gift. There'll be a lot of parties going to happen this period. A lot of free food are going out as well, charity and all of this. So it's contributed to this food cost. So it's true there's a hike on the food end where we're saying inflation has dropped. The food part is a sector in all of these things. So this is expected. This is normal, if you ask me. Yeah.
All right. Unfortunately, okay. 1 minute. We have to run off.
I actually wanted to explain to you the process of the inflation that the NBC published to you. Because if you understand the mathematics, then you can understand the reality that the inflation rate can be going down while you are experiencing an increase in price.
Sure.
Because the NBS, sorry. The NBS has about 10,000 and so agents across the 774 local government of the country that reports to them price of 720 goods and services on a regular basis. Then they do an average sector by sector and do a general average. So now what they publish is the average rate of change in prices of these 720 goods from 10,000 points in the country. Now each of these points have different range. They have different mode. And if you put that together, it's possible that one is selling so low, the other is selling so high. You do an average, it falls in the middle.
True.
So they can give you an inflation figure that is going downward for 5 months, but because of where you are and the items you are consuming, your own price can be going up.
All right.
Certain price can be going down. So it's possible.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you very much for that explanation there. It actually clarifies a lot. But yes, we don't have enough time. But as it stands, well, I guess, like I said earlier on, you have to do the best with whatever it is that you have. They say cut your coat according to your fabric, not even according to your size anymore. So if at the end of the day, all you can get is a scarf, then, well, enjoy your Christmas, enjoy your holidays that way, and just make sure that you get the best out of it. All right, so let me thank my guests in the studio. Thank you so much, Mr. Wilson, and thank you so much, Mr. John Bosco, for being a part of the show. And to all our viewers out there, thank you so much for watching. Please do follow us on our social media platforms. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. All you need to do is look up Trust TV News, and you'll definitely find us there. Well, once again, my name is Chamun Dabeng. Come back again for more Business Daily. Let's talk numbers.